Well, hello everybody. Welcome back. Josh here with Josh's Lawn and Landscape. Actually walking to the shop. So, you can see, a little cloudy. Rained out from mowing for the second day in a row. Woo! Sorry. That walked through a spider web. Never a dull moment here. So, yeah, I got the quick track in the shop, looking at the wheel bearings on the front caster wheels. So I'll get into that. And also, I got a surprise today because the muffler came in. So the wallet's a little lighter, to say the least. But let me get down here and get into the shop, and I will kind of get into all of that stuff and show you what's going on. And I got some shout out / thank yous to hand out. So be right back. Y'all, it's about to get me. So, as I mentioned at the beginning of this little video here, first thing I want to do, well, I'm going to wait because I want to try to end on a good note. I'm going to turn the camera around here in a second and talk about this. What I thought would be a fairly simple task of loosening a nut from a bolt, tapping the bolt back through a bracket / axle or hub, has turned into the mower's not going anywhere until I figure this out. Hopefully y'all can hear me over the fan, but yeah, let me turn the camera around and I will talk about this situation and maybe briefly mention the muffler, because I'm not even getting into that. It is 8:30 and probably within the next 30 minutes I'm just going to pack it up and back up the punt a little bit. So it is what it is now, but hang on. So as you can see, I have this one off, but there's the tire. Obviously the hubs the bearings are out of it. I knocked them out. I had the new ones to put in it, but as you can see, these are the flat free Carlisle Reliance. These things are pretty wore out, but I mean there is gunk all up. You can see on the top side. Yeah, there we go. Down through there, that was on the inside. I literally had to punch the bolt out. And you can see it's got wear on each end, but this is done. This is not going back in anything. The bearings were coming loose on the inside. You can feel them bumping, or the pieces grinding together on the inside of them. So I have new bearings, and I don't know if I just need to do the bushing and the bolt, clean this out and put it back on, or just go take my receipt back, take the bearings back, and just buy the wheel assemblies. And I say assemblies because this one's in the same situation. I don't know if the person before me over tightened and these the forks are, it acts like the bolt's bent, but that bolt looks pretty straight to me. and I'll mention later in the video, but this one's for Ronaldo. This is a 15/16 bolt and nut that goes on it when it passes through. So, but I cannot get this one far enough through to get the punch on it to start knocking it through. And I'm hitting it, trying to hit it with this hammer. I've taken the weight off of it, you know, jacked it up so that it just sitting there. It shouldn't be, but it's catching. I'm assuming that it's because of the wear on the bolt, and the bolt maybe is settling, and then the lip where it's worn down versus the original size is dragging because it's pushing the cap out. That's my guess. Obviously I don't have an x-ray machine, so I can't see inside of there, but it's literally pushing the cap this way. So that's the only thing I can think of that's causing it, but I've still got to get the bolt out and then figure out what I'm going to do to fix this here, because these wheels, the last time I bought them for the Z, are like $150 a piece at John Deere. I have looked them up on Amazon. The matching wheel on Amazon is still like $115 a piece if you buy a set of them. So for the run flats, I thought about maybe putting tweels on the front, but I've just never experienced those on the front of a machine, and I believe they are over $200 a piece. And seeing as I just spent $780 on what's in that box right there, I just do not feel like coming off of that much more money, paying $450 some odd or so for a set of tweels for the front of this thing. I really don't care to spend $300 on 2 of these wheels, but I don't have wheels to put on this thing now. So that's what's going on with that. And I did spray all of the shroud. You can see the moisture line there, but all of these here I sprayed earlier with some PB Blaster penetrating catalyst, penetrating oil, whatever you want to call it. There's actually 3 on each side, one here, one at the back, and one up there on each side to get the shroud off. Yeah, so crazy thing is, I just sharpened the blades on this thing. I had it ready to go as far as cutting the yard. I got rained out, so I thought I would do some maintenance. And yeah, hang on a second. So I don't know, y'all. You know, you get to a point. I just stopped working on it because I was just trying to stop and clear my mind a little bit. I had laid all my wrenches and stuff out, and I went and got some supper. I had to go pick my oldest daughter up from dance. My wife was at home with our youngest daughter because she's running a fever, not feeling good now. So she was taking care of her, so I went and picked up my oldest daughter, got back, and figured I would come down here and quickly knock these bolts out, put these new bearings in, tap them in, and slide the bolt back through, put the nut on it, and be ready to go. Nope. So that's what's going on with that. So as I had joked about, and really it's not even a joke anymore, it's actually reality, the rebuild continues. I don't know. But so yeah, that's what's going on with that. I will unbox the muffler here in a minute. I do have new gaskets for it as well, so I will quickly talk about that And then I want to do a closeout, kind of a shout out, thank you, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video. So hang on one more second, I'll turn the camera back around. So, yeah, as you can see, the muffler, the pipes come down, and then it mounts. Well, you can kind of see it. There's just 2 bolts up under here where the pipe gasket goes in between it and the engine, and it mounts on the bottom. So the only fun part about that is I probably will drop the deck, because this is mounted to the deck. So when you drop the deck, it doesn't move the deck away from the bottom of the engine here. It drops the whole assembly. But I think that will make it easier to access under this rail versus trying to go above and under that way. So and then obviously I've got to take all this stuff loose, which I don't think will be too bad. The heat shroud is probably going to be the most aggravating part to get off, and once I get it loose, I can just unplug the O2 sensor to pull it back through the hole, and I can take the O2 sensor out after I get that off. So that's what's going on with that. So let me do a little unboxing here. There is the gaskets, so I got 2 of those, and to my surprise, you can actually see the Kohler number on here, and they didn't cover it up with their John Deere label. That might be one of their few factory direct parts. Lay those up there. So let me get the tripod, camera on the tripod, so that I can do a quick unboxing on this thing. Alright, so here we go. It's just like Christmas. Got my boxes, even got my name on it. So let's see this thing. It looks kind of shiny. Woo. Look at there, look at there. So there's the muffler. As you can see, I'll turn it over. This is why, well, there's your O2 sensor port. So it will go on there basically just like that right there. But this is why this is John Deere specific. If you look at all of these brackets, and you'll let you see that one, these are all welded. This is welded on here, so this mounting and these pipes are different. The original Kohler muffler simply had straight outlets off the back that were really only about this long. So hang on, I got a call coming in. Alright, so yeah, so as you can see, got the right one. This one will be hopefully easier than these caster wheels. So let me get into that, because that's the main point of today. So I discussed the first one, and so I had to get serious. So as you can see, the second one, if you can't tell, those are shavings, because I got tired of screwing around with the hammer, because it just wasn't getting me anywhere. So I just decided to break out the Sawzall with the metal blade. Since I had already messed up the bolt, I simply cut the first end off, which worked, but then once I went to tap it through, it wasn't wanting to come out this other side. So I just cut the head off of it on the other side. And as you can see, the bearings were pretty much gone. The sheath over them's messed up. So here's the other one. Yeah, got some gunk in there. So got it off, but obviously got to have both the bolts and figure out whether I want to clean these up on the inside and put them back on, or replace them. Y'all let me know y'all's thoughts. I just don't know. Yeah. I got all of the parts and stuff, or tools and stuff here that I was going to use to mess with the muffler here, but yeah, so hang on one second. So, trying to get a little better on the camera. As you can tell, after about another 20 minutes of knocking that bolt back and forth, trying to put the punch on it after cutting the end off of it. Well, that didn't take as long after I cut the end off of it, because I'd already been beating on it enough. I say, I don't know if it was just... Oh, I see what it was. It was seized to the bushing on the inside. I don't know if y'all can see that, especially on this side. So, that makes sense now. What it was doing is this bushing was apparently catching on the cap, and since it's seized up on here, it was not coming loose. So, probably would have never gotten it out of there with the hammer at the rate I was going. So, but it's out, and now I just got to decide where to go from there. So, before I close this one out real quick, I want to do this at the end. I said I wanted to end on a good note. So, y'all see what I'm dealing with here? Saga / rebuild / breakdown / BS. Whatever you want to call it. The crap continues. But, hey. I'm going to get it. So, yeah. To end on a good note, I want to give a big, huge thank you and a shout out to Ronaldo over at Big Suns. He did a video about scheduling and some stuff, and spent a little short segment there showing me some love. So I want to send some love over to Ronaldo. He's already over that 1K mark, but hey, if you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe to his channel, Big Suns Lawn Care. Got some good content, really great guy. You'll enjoy it. So let's keep his channel growing. Again, Ronaldo, thank you for the shout out, buddy. Keep it up over there. Be safe. As always, I have to shout out my good friend Mr. Gerald Greenlee over at Clean and Green Lawn Service, and Mr. Bill over at Wild Bill's Lawn Care. And so y'all go check those channels out as well. I pretty much shout them out in every video. But also go check out Buster over at New Hope Cuts. Got a good channel, does some good stuff on there. And also David over at Hazardra Outdoors. Check his channel out. Always something interesting going on with David, kind of like what I got going on. You just never know what's going to happen. But I want to say again, thank y'all. Shout out to all those guys. I'll tag them in the video. Y'all can check out their channels. And hopefully you got some enjoyment out of this, at least more so than I did out of having to do it. And as always, I want to say thank you to everybody who has watched, subscribed, commented, liked the videos. I appreciate all the support. Like I said in a previous video, you know, hey, if I never get another subscriber, I'm cool with that. I appreciate all the new subscribers, and hopefully maybe I'm going to get to that 1,000 mark and on somewhere down the road. But I'll keep putting out some videos about stuff that's happening. One I don't think I've shouted out in a while. Maybe even just once before, I'm not sure. But I follow him on Facebook and check him out on YouTube every once in a while. Just the way things have been, I haven't been the best about watching a bunch of videos lately, but I do try to watch some. But Cameron over at Lawn Care Life in Missouri, I'll tag him down there. Cameron, he's got the Ventrac. I think he's got a Ferris ZX3, I believe. Does some cool stuff. Great work. Great guy. Check his channel out as well. And as always,
I'm going to wrap this one up before I get too long. As always, y'all be safe, be kind, be blessed. I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks, everybody.